Hi, hello guys, Bernie is here. This is my painting 32. On this tutorial guys, I'm going to demonstrate on how to create the light and shade of the subject, and also I'm going to demonstrate on how to create the river, the subject that are reflected to the water, and I'm going to demonstrate on how to create the colorful trees. And also guys, you can find the list of colors that I used to this demonstration. Just scroll down below to the description of this video. But before we're gonna start this demonstration guys, please hit subscribe button below this video for more free painting tutorial in the near future, and also updates on my channel. And guys, you can also leave comments and hit like button below this video. And now guys, let's get started for this painting 32. First, I'm going to create the sky here, so I'm gonna mix the color of the blue color and the marsh black and add the titanium white to create the grayish blue, or just add the blue color, then titanium white, blue color, and titanium white, creating the blue and the gray blue. Make an outline here. I'm going to create the sky. Then the titanium white. This one I'm gonna paint directly the titanium white here. Just blend this color also. Add more titanium white to this area. Blend this color to the gray color, or the grayish blue that I painted earlier. So this is for my clouds. Add more titanium white to this area. This is the area of my light source. Mix the color of marsh black and the blue color. Create a little bit dark grayish blue. Just add more marsh black color. Create the dark gray color for my dark portion of my clouds. Just continue for this dark gray color for the shades of these clouds here. Looking good for my sky. Then medium yellow around this area here for my light rays of my sun. And then the orange yellow also, I'm gonna add the orange yellow. Just directly paint the orange yellow. And then just blend this orange yellow. You can get the titanium white. Just blend this titanium white, the background color, the clouds. Just observe my brush stroke also, guys. Then I'm gonna mix the Mars black and the blue color to create the dark color or the dark gray for the shades of my clouds also. These are the color that are my clouds that are not affected by the lights coming from the sun. That's why I use the dark color, Mars black again, and the blue color. I'm gonna mix these two color, the blue color and the Mars black, for more dark color or the more dark color for the shades of these clouds here, especially to those clouds that are not affected by the lights. I'm going to paint that into the dark color. Looking good, nice. Then I'm going to paint the titanium white. Just blend this titanium white to this area for my sun area. Looking good. Then the Mars black also and the blue color. Gonna mix again this color. Just add more blue to create the dark blue gray color and just paint directly for the clouds, the darker clouds. And just blend this color. Looking good. I'm gonna add the blue color. Blue color. Just blend this blue color. In the titanium white for my highlight of my clouds. These are the highlights of my clouds here. Circular brush, circular type of brush strokes so that it will create a nice effect of the clouds. So are my clouds that are affected by the lights coming from the sun. That's why I'm going to add more light color. This one also here. But I'm going to mix this to the blue color, or just blend this color to the blue. Looking good for my clouds there. I'm going to sketch also the mountains using the blue color. I'm gonna sketch the mountain here. So my mountain. This is my mountain here. I'm going to add another mountain to this area. A nearer mountain. This is the nearer mountain. Going to add trees to this area here. I'm going to mix the color of the marsh black and the blue color. Just paint to this area for my mountain. Then the gray color, gonna mix the color titanium white and the marsh black and titanium white. Create the gray color and just add small amount of blue and just paint to this area for my mountain. Looking good right there. I'm going to uh, paint the titanium white to this area here for my fogs going down to this mountain. Fogs effect. So going to continue painting with the titanium white. Just blend also the titanium white to the darker color to create the nicer blending of this color here. Then I'm gonna mix the color, the blue and the titanium white. The blue color and the titanium white. For the first layer of my highlight to this area. For this mountain here. It's only for the first layer of the highlights. This mountain. Looking good. And the blue color. Paint directly the blue color here for the highlight portion or the back portion of this mountain. For my mountain or the highlight of this area here for this mountain. I use the blue color to this area because there is a small amount of highlights coming from the clouds that are the highlights of these clouds here are reflected to this side of this mountain. That's why I'm going to uh, create the highlights of this here, but not like this one that too much light this area because this area is facing to the sun. That's why I'm gonna add more lights to this area than to this area. So I'm gonna continue painting uh, with the blue color to this area here for my mountain. Then the titanium white to this area. Gonna use the more light color or the more titanium to this area because this area is facing to the sun. Then a little blue to this area. Mixed with a small amount of marsh black. Mars block also. I'm gonna paint directly the Mars block. In the Mars block to this area here for more darker color or the shades. This mountain. Just continue adding with the Mars black color for more dark color or the shades. This mountain here. Then I'm going to paint directly the titanium white for more for more fog effects to this area. Just blend this color also, and you can also use the circular type of brush strokes to blend this color so that it will look like a fog. Going to the upper portion of this area here. Going down to this area here. First, I'm gonna paint also the titanium white at the very bottom of this mountain to create nicer effect. Just add the titanium white and also blend this color. Looking good to that mountain there. The blue color also for this mountain here. Small mountain. I'm gonna mix the color of the blue and the Mars black color to create the trees in this area. Blue and the Mars black. Just paint this color or just blend this, just mix this color for the base layer. My trees to this area. Let's continue here. This one I paint this the light green color, and this one is the ochre green, and the shade of this mountain also. I mix the color phthalo blue and the Mars black to create this color. Then the highlight of this area, I mix the color of the ochre green and also the titanium white to create the lighter color, and this one is the light green color, and the very lower portion is the ochre green. So I'm going to detail this one. I'm going to detailed. I'm gonna mix the ochre green and the titanium white. Ochre green and the titanium white to create the light color. This mountain here, or the highlights of this mountain. Looking good. And the ochre green at the very below this mountain here. These are the area that are not affected by too much light. That's why I'm going to use the ochre green. And also this side also I'm going to use the ochre green. This side is not affected by lights coming from the sun. That's why I use the ochre green. Ochre green is the a little bit dark green color. It's good for to add this color to the back portion of the subject, like mountain and trees. Then also just mix the color of the tallow blue and the marsh black. Tallow blue and the marsh black color, and just paint to this area for the shades of this mountain. This area is not affected by the lights, that's why I'm gonna paint the dark color for the shades. This mountain and also this one here at the very below, because also this area is not affected by lights because it's too lower. Then just continue and just blend this titanium white at the very bottom of this mountain. Titanium white. Just blend this titanium white to create the faded effect of the mountain, and it will also this uh, titanium white also represent as the fog's effect of this lower portion of this mountain. Just add the titanium white. Also just observe my brush strokes. Just blend also this color to the color of the mountain so that it will create a nicer effects uh, for the mountain and also the fogs effect of this area. Adding the titanium white, then circular type of the brush strokes so that it will looks like a fogs on this area. And it's gonna continue here. Gonna paint also the titanium white. This area here. Use the horizontal type of brush stroke. Looking good. Mix the color of tallow blue and the blue color to create the dark sky blue, and just add small amount of a marsh black. Just paint to this area here for the base color of my ground. Also grasses, also this tree or the fine tree, this area. Then the blue color in a paint to this area, and just blend this color to the titanium white to the fog's color. Looking good. Nice color. Or just mix the blue and the light green color. The blue and the light green color. Just mix these two color. I'm going to add a small twist to this area here. Very far twist. So I'm gonna use the a lighter green color. Let's continue adding. I'm gonna add the outline or the area for my trees and grounds. Blue and the light green color. Just add small amount of the ochre green. Yeah, blue. Just paint directly here for the trees or the far trees. Then the titanium white. Gonna paint here or just blend to lighten this color. Paint also the titanium white and the brush stroke. It should be a like making period, like I'm making periods, like what I did to the green or the light green color. This area, more lighter color to this area, or the more light green color, because this area is far and this area also is affected by the fogs. That's why I'm going to paint this lighter trees. Then the blue color, and I'm going to mix the color of the tallow blue and the titanium white. Tallow blue and the titanium white. Just add also this color here. Looking good for my trees. Now let's gonna add here color the hooker green. I'm gonna add to this area for this fine tree. To use the hooker green for these fine trees. Just continue adding with the hooker green for the leaves or the color of this fine tree. Then the light green color at this side here. Also the upper portion of this fine tree. Looking good. I'm gonna mix the color of the tallow blue and also the ruchina color. Tallow blue and the ruchina. Just add more ruchina color. Just paint also here for the shades of this fine tree. Looking good. Then for the highlight this fine tree, I'm gonna use the ruchina color, the upper portion. Looking good. I'm going to create the ground on this area. I'm gonna paint directly the hooker green also. For the ground, this area here is the hooker green, and then the medium yellow also I'm gonna add for the highlights of this ground or the grasses. It's only for the base color of my grasses here. I'm gonna add detail after I finish this. Looking good for my ground, this area. Next is I'm going to create the trees in this area here. Orange yellow, or just mix the orange yellow and the marsh black. Create the dark orange. Just like that. In a paint here for my trees, or the base color of my trees. And gonna add the blue color, or just tallow blue, add to the color that I mixed earlier, the orange, yellow, and the marsh black. Just and also add tallow blue to create the dark color. Just looking good for the base color of this tree. The crimson red also I'm gonna add to this area. The marsh black, or the dark color, this side. Looking good. The Rushina I'm gonna add also here. Rushina color for another color of the trees. Orange yellow. I'm gonna paint directly the orange yellow for my trees here, or a tree. It's only for the base color. I'm gonna add detail for this tree after I'm going to finish this first here. It's looking good. The crimson red also I'm gonna add crimson red for the color of these trees. I'm gonna mix the color of crimson red and also the Rushina, and add small amount of titanium white. Crimson red and the Rushina, just for the highlights of this tree. Then the light green color I'm gonna paint also for the leaves color of this tree. Light green color. And the medium yellow I'm gonna add for the highlights of this tree. Medium yellow. Gonna mix the titanium white and the light green color. Titanium white and the light green. Just add here. Oops, I'm gonna add more titanium white to the light green color. for more highlight color here. I'm gonna add also the purple color or the violet for my tree color here, the violet color. I'm gonna mix the violet and also the titanium white to create the lighter violet. Just add for the highlight. Then the Rushina color. I'm gonna paint also the Rushina color for the highlights. Then the orange yellow also I'm gonna paint here for the highlights. Or just add mix the color of orange yellow and the titanium white to lighter to create the light color of the orange yellow. Just add here for the highlight color. This is for the highlights of this tree. Looking good. I'm gonna paint also the ochre green to this area. These are the trees that are not affected by the high lights coming from the sun. So I'm going to paint the light, the ochre green. Or just mix the color of the ochre green and the marsh black. Ochre green and the marsh black color to create the dark color. To create the dark color, marsh black and the ochre green. Just add to this area for the shades. Or just paint directly the marsh black color for the shades of this tree, the marsh black. And then the ochre green, paint the ochre green. Now let's continue here. I'm going to add this one here, emerald green. Can add the emerald green here. And the light green color also gonna add for the uh, leaves of this fine tree here. And also the ochre green. I'm gonna add also this one for the darker leaves for the shading of these leaves here. The blue color here. So and also the blue color. Then the titanium white. Gonna blend this titanium white. Looking good. In this one at the very bottom, this mountain in a circular type of brush strokes using the titanium white. Just blend also this color. The hooker green also I'm gonna add to this one here for the darker grasses. For my dark grasses here, or the darker grasses that are not affected by the lights coming from the sun. That's why it's dark. Light green color I'm gonna add also. The light green color. Gonna add more ochre green. Looking good. And also the emerald green I'm gonna add to this area, to this side here. The emerald green. I'm gonna selecting the area for the highlight color of the grasses that I think is probably hit by the lights coming from the reflection coming from the sun, or the reflection of the clouds are also reflected to these grasses here. I'm gonna paint directly the crimson red, this side here. Then I'm gonna mix the color of crimson red and also the violet color. It should be more violet. And just add to this here at the very bottom, or just going to add marsh black also to create the darker color. And just add this one here at the very bottom of this tree. These are the shading of this tree. Or just I'm going to add more dark color, the marsh black. This one here for the branches and also the trunk of this tree. Marsh black color for the shading of this trunk and also the branches of this tree. I'm gonna use the marsh black color. Draw the branches and the twigs. Looking good. Orange yellow. The orange yellow for more small for the highlight of this trunk. I'm gonna use the orange yellow. Looking good. And now I'm going to add the color of this one here. I'm gonna mix the color of crimson red and also the ruchina color. Crimson red and the ruchina. I'm gonna mix these two colors. Just adding this one here for the leaves of this tree. Just observe my brush strokes, guys. For the highlights of this tree, I'm going to add the medium yellow for the highlights of the leaves. Then I'm going to continue adding with the color of this tree. Paint the crimson red for the shading at the back portion of this group of leaves for the shading. It's looking good. Crimson red. I'm gonna paint directly the crimson red. Paint also the orange yellow here. Orange yellow for the highlights of this tree or the highlights of the leaves. Paint also the fluorescent orange yellow for a more highlight color. These leaves here. Just looking good for my tree, that area. Then I'm going to mix the color of the fluorescent orange and the titanium white to create the lighter orange. The lighter orange for this area here. These are the little bit farther trees. So I'm going to paint just looking good. Then the orange yellow also I'm gonna paint here. Fluorescent orange yellow. Then the medium yellow also I'm gonna paint here for more color the trees. Then the light green color I'm gonna paint below this tree. These are the trees that are not affected by the lights coming from the sun. So I'm gonna use the light green color. Looking good. Then I'm gonna mix the color of medium yellow and the titanium white to create the lighter yellow. Let's mix these two color. Paint to this area for the highlights. Violet. And also I'm gonna mix this color to the titanium white. The violet and the titanium white. And add small amount of medium yellow to this color. Just add here. Or just add more violet color, please. Just looking good. I'm gonna paint here for the color of these trees. These are the base or the highlight of these trees here. Then I'm gonna mix the color of violet and the titanium white. Violet and also the titanium white. Just mix these two colors. Just add to this area for the violet color of the trees or the flower of these trees. Then the light green color also I'm gonna paint here. Light green color for the color of the leaves in these trees. This one also, the light green color. Then the violet color, I'm gonna paint directly the violet color. Looking good. And gonna mix the violet and also the titanium white. Just add more titanium white to create the lighter violet or lavender for the highlights. Also this one here, just looking good. And the crimson red to this area. I'm gonna cover the white portion by covering with the crimson red or the crimson red. Using the marsh black color, I'm going to create the branches of this tree here and the trunk. Pointed brush or the smaller round brush. Just looking good. I'm gonna mix the color titanium white and medium yellow. I'm gonna mix these two color, titanium white, create a lighter yellow. Just add to this area here for the highlight. Just continue adding with the highlight color, this tree here. Then I'm going to add more titanium white to the color that I mixed earlier, the violet and the titanium white. I'm going to add more titanium white so that it will create more lighter color for this area here for the highlight. This tree, more highlight color. I'm going to add more hooker green to this area for the shading or the dark color of grasses under these trees. These are the grasses that are not affected with the lights. That's why it's dark color. Then the emerald green also. I'm gonna paint here. Emerald green for the highlights of this tree. I'm going to add more grasses here. So I'm gonna mix the color of medium yellow and the emerald green. Just add to this side here. Guys, I'm going to continue here. I'm gonna add some water here. Just small river going to this area here. I'm going to add this one the emerald green for this area, the lighter grasses because I'm gonna mix the color of the emerald green in the titanium white to create the lighter green color or the highlights of this grasses here, the very far grasses. I'm gonna add the ochre green to this side here. Ochre green, or just I'm gonna mix the color of ochre green in the marsh black. Ochre green in the marsh black color. Just paint to this side here for the grasses under this pine trees. These grasses are not affected by the lights, that's why it's dark. Just continue adding with the dark color. These are the grasses. Looking good for that. Then the ochre green, gonna add this one here, the ochre green. I'm going to mix the color of the crimson red and the marsh black. The crimson red and the marsh black. Gonna add to this area for my ground. I'm not going to color everything here, but just selecting the area for my soil, or the soil, or the sand and soil here. Just looking good. The rushina color also I'm gonna add to this area. The rushina for my grass, for my soil color and the or the highlight of my soil. Just selecting the area also. And also I blend this color to the color, the dark color that I mixed earlier, or the or paint earlier. Then for this side here, I'm going to color that into the medium yellow here. Medium yellow to these grasses here, or for the highlights of these grasses. And the ochre green, add also for the shading of this ground. Looking good. And also just continue adding with the rushina color. The rushina color I'm gonna continue adding for the soil color or the sand color. And then after that I'm going to add the nipples yellow also for the more highlight color of my soil here. Just continue adding with the nipples yellow for my soil color or the highlights of the soil here. Just blend this nipples yellow. Then I'm gonna mix the color of the medium yellow and the titanium white to create a lighter yellow. More lighter yellow, just more, add more titanium white to create more lighter yellow, and just add to this area for more highlight of my grasses here. Just add more titanium white to the yellow or the medium yellow to create more light color. Then add to this area for the highlight of the grasses. Then the light green color also, I'm gonna add this one for more color effects here. The light green color, I'm going to select the area where I want to paint this light green color. The light green color down this area here, and just for my grasses. Then I'm gonna mix the color of tallow blue and also the rushina color. Just mix this color, rushina and the tallow blue, to create the more dark green color to this area for the shading. Or I'm going to minimize the color of my grasses here, minimize more light color This color is. Then I'm gonna add also the light green color. I'm gonna select the area for the light green color. And then the emerald green also. I'm gonna add this emerald green for the lighter grasses here. I'm gonna mix the color of the blue color and also the titanium white, but it should be more titanium white to create all the lighter sky blue, just like this. Then I paint this area here for my water, for the water of my river here. And just blend this color. Gonna mix the color of marsh black and the crimson red. Crimson red, marsh black and the crimson red. I'm going to use smaller brushes. Then I'm gonna paint to this area for more detail or the outline of this uh, the soil or the sand. Can I put the outline? I'm gonna mix the color of the Rushina and also the marsh black. The Rushina and the marsh black color. I'm going to paint here. For the reflection to the water. More dark color. Gonna mix the marsh black and also the Rushina color. Marsh black and the Rushina. It's looking good. And I'm going to give detail for this soil here. I'm gonna mix the color of orange yellow, or I'm going to paint directly the orange yellow for this area for my soil and the stones and sands here. Naples yellow for this for my highlight color. Use the Naples yellow for the highlight color. Just more violet color and the ochre green. Gonna mix these two color. Gonna paint here for the algae of these stones and soil here. Just continue adding with this color here. Also this one. I'm gonna add also the with the shading of these stones here. Then I'm going to paint directly the marsh black color. Going to paint directly the marsh black color for the shading, for more dark color for the shadow. Continue adding with the marsh black color using the round brush or the number 4 round brush. It's looking good. Then I'm going to add the crack of these stones here. Then I'm gonna I use the marsh black also, marsh black color for the crack effects. Adding more cracks effect here. I'm going to add the ochre green to this area for the grasses. Just adding the ochre green for that area there. This one also, I'm gonna add the ochre green for more grasses color here. And this one also. Just add more ochre green to the side here for the grasses color, or the dark color of the darker grasses. Just observe my brushstroke, guys. Just looking good. Light green and the medium yellow. I'm gonna mix these two colors to create the yellow green. I'm gonna add to this area. Gonna select the area for the smaller grasses or the highlights of the ground. Add again here at the side. Add also here. Then I'm gonna add a small amount of titanium white to create more lighter yellow green. Just looking good for the highlights or the highlight grasses or more lighter grasses that appear on this side here. It's looking good. I'm gonna mix the color of the maple yellow and the titanium white. Just mix these two colors to create the lighter color for the highlight of this area here. For the highlight of the stones and the soil on this ground. Looking good that there. Then I'm going to add again, or just mix the orange yellow and the ruchina color. I'm going to mix these two color. I'm gonna paint here for another color of the soil and the stones. Just looking good. And I'm going to add the detail. I'm going to add detail for this water here. I'm gonna mix the color of titanium white and the blue hue color. Titanium white and the blue hue to create a lighter sky blue color. And just paint to this area, to the side here. For my water, then the blue hue color, I'm gonna paint also here. For my water, the blue hue color. I'm going to mix the violet and also the orange yellow, and add the marsh black color to create the dark color. I'm going to add this light green color also to minimize too much warm color. Just add the light green. Just add the light green color. I'm gonna paint this one here for the reflection of the stones to the water. Then just blend this color also to the sky blue color of the water. Just looking good. To do that, just mix the blue hue and also the titanium white. Just mix these two color and then just paint to this area. Looking good for my water on the side here. Then after that, the blue color, just paint the blue color. I just add more water to the brush so that it will uh, wash effect to create this one here on the side for my water. Just add more blue color and it should be more uh, water. It should be more water to the brush so that it will create the wash effect. This side here for my water. Looking good. Violet and the orange yellow. I'm going to mix this one here. The violet and the orange yellow. Just mixing like this. And just paint here. Rushina color and the marsh black color. Just add small amount of the marsh black to the Rushina color. Just small amount. Then just add here. Or just add the Rushina. Just blend this color. Just looking good. The blue color also for the waters. Just the blue color. Just observe my brush position. Looking good to that area there. To create more out, I'm going to use this smaller round brush. Gonna paint directly the Rushina color here for the highlight or the reflection of the stone to the water. Create more detailed effect for the stones to the water using the Rushina color. Just looking good. And the nipples yellow also. I'm gonna paint here for the more reflection of the stones to the water. Just looking good at there. First, I'm going to add more highlight to this area. So I'm going to mix the color of the orange, yellow, and the titanium white. Orange, yellow, and the titanium white to create more lighter color for the highlights. Oops, I'm going to add more orange, yellow. The highlight of this area here. Can add titanium white or just add a small amount of medium yellow to the color that I mix. The orange, yellow, and the titanium white. I add small medium yellow. Just paint here for the highlight effects. These three. Just looking good. I'm going to paint directly the ochre green. Ochre green for the grass. For my grass is here. Ochre green. I use the ochre green here. the grasses on that water, and the blue and the marsh block. Just add small amount of marsh block just to this side here. For the water, just looking good. Then I'm going to mix the color of the blue and the titanium white. The blue and the titanium white. Just mix these two color again. For my water effects here, or the highlights of the water. Then the titanium white, I'm gonna add directly the titanium white. Titanium white again here for the highlight of this water. Then the light green color, gonna paint here also. The light green color. Now let's continue adding with the light green color here. The water. Then the blue color, I'm gonna paint also the blue color to this area. Just observe my brush strokes or the brush position and my brush strokes also, guys. I'm going to mix the color again, the titanium white and the blue color. Mix these two color, the blue and the titanium white. Looking good for my water. I'm going to add more detail to this area. I'm going to mix the color of the ochre green and the blue color. I'm gonna mix these two color, ochre green and the blue. Just add to this area. Looking good. I'm going to mix the ruchina. Mix the ruchina and also the marsh block. Gonna mix these two color, ruchina and the marsh block. Just like that. Then I'm going to add light green color also. Going to create the light green color or just mix the light three colors. I mix the three colors, ruchina, light green, and also the marsh black for more color effect here. Gonna paint also the ochre green. The medium yellow, just paint here also. Yeah, select the area where I want to paint this medium yellow at this side here. The ochre green, I'm gonna paint also here. Ochre green. Add again the ochre green. Gonna add here the ochre green. for the near grasses to this area. Looking good. Then I'm going to mix the color of ochre green and the blue color. Just mix these two color, the ochre green and the blue. Now add to this area. Just selecting the area for a little bit dark, lighter grasses. And add the ochre green. Just looking good. And the light green color, I'm gonna paint also the light green color here. The light green color, the nearer grasses. The light green color. The light green color I'm gonna add for the grasses. I'm going to add the tree to this area. I'm going to mix the color. I'm going to mix the color of titanium white and the blue hue. Going to mix the color of titanium white and the blue color and add small amount of orange yellow. Just a very small amount. I'm going to paint this one here for my tree. More titanium white to this tree or the trunk of this tree here. Titanium white. Paint directly here. Then the branches of this tree also. The ochre green for the do you call this one the shading. Then the light green color also. I'm going to paint the light green for the highlight of this tree. And then I'm going to mix the color the violet and the titanium white. The violet and the titanium white. Titanium white in the violet color. Just add here for the flowers of this tree. More titanium white to the violet color. Should be more titanium white to the violet color. Just add more lighter color for the flowers of this tree. In the light green color also, I'm gonna paint the light green color on this tree. Then the ochre green for the shading. Ochre green for the shading. Then the orange yellow also. I'm going to mix the orange yellow and the medium yellow. Orange yellow and the medium yellow. Gonna add to this here. Violet and the titanium white. For this one here. For the flowering trees here. Then I'm going to mix the titanium white and the medium yellow and add small amount of orange yellow. Just add more titanium white. Then for this one here, for the highlight or the highlight of the flower, or just I'm going to add directly the titanium white. Just add more titanium white.
Then the violet color. You can add the violet color here, this area. Side here, violet color. Then the medium yellow also I'm gonna add. Then the light green color. Medium yellow I'm gonna add also here. And the ochre green for the shading this tree. Just looking good. I'm going I'm going to mix the color of the titanium white and the Rushina color. Just mix these two color for this area here. For my grasses, this area. The near grasses, this area here. I'm going to paint directly the Rushina color here. For my near grasses here. Just paint directly the Rushina color. I use the round brush, number 4 round brush. For this area here, for my grasses. And I'm going to mix the Rushina and the crimson red. To mix these two color. The Rushina and the crimson red. And just add here. I'm going to use my pointed brush, number 0 brush. Just paint directly the titanium white using this pointed brush. Then the Rushina color. Titanium white also here. Then the Rushina color. I'm gonna paint directly the Rushina color. I'm gonna mix the color of Rushina and the marsh black. Rushina and the marsh black and add the crimson red. Create the darker gray, and this one here. This color is for my shading of these grasses here. Or the just looking good. And the medium yellow, I'm gonna add also the medium yellow here. Then the Rushina color. Just looking good for my grasses in that area there. Then I'm going to paint directly the light green color in this area. And the ochre green also. Just add more ochre green color. The green grasses. And then the light green color, I'm gonna paint also here. The light green color for the grasses on the side here. Just looking good. I'm going to add more detail to this tree. I'm gonna add the orange yellow also. In the medium yellow. I'm gonna mix the medium yellow and the titanium white. It should be more titanium white. Let's add to this area. I'm going to paint directly the titanium white for more highlight of this tree at the upper portion of this tree here, because this area is affected by direct sunlight. That's why it's more light color. The medium yellow. Just like that. The light green color here. And add also to this side here. Just looking good. I'm going to mix the color of the marsh black and the crimson red. The marsh black and the crimson red. I'm gonna mix these two colors. And then just paint here. The branches also on this tree. Can I paint going up? And the twigs of this tree also. Can I add twigs and another branches to this side? Going down here. Then the Rushina color. I'm gonna mix the Rushina and the Naples yellow. Rushina and the Naples yellow. I'm gonna mix these two color. Just add for this side here for the highlight. This tree. Then the blue color. I'm gonna add to the side area, this side here. That one there. That area is not affected by the lights. Highlight coming from this side that are reflected to this trunk. That's why it's I use the blue color for this. Just continue adding with the color, the blue, looking good. And the other side, I'm gonna use the Rushina color also for the highlight. And the ochre green for the grasses on this at the very bottom of this trunk. Ochre green for the grasses. Then for the shadow of this trunk, I'm gonna mix the color Rushina and also the crimson red, Rushina and the crimson red. Gonna mix these two color, Rushina and the crimson red. I'm going to add to this area here, or just add the marsh black color to the color that I mixed earlier. I add the marsh black to the color that I mixed earlier, the Rushina and the Naples yellow. Just add to this area. Just add the marsh black color, but not too much marsh black color for the shadow of this trunk here. I'm going to add small amount of marsh black to the blue color for the shadow. Just looking good. Then for the reflection of this trunk here, I'm gonna add also the reflection using this color here, the dark color. Then the blue color. Just add directly the blue color to this area, the reflection. Then the marsh black, gonna add to this side here. Then the rushina, I paint directly the rushina here for my reflection. Reflection of this trunk to the water. Then more blue color here. Blue on the titanium white. Just paint here. I'm going to minimize the shadow of this area here. I'm gonna use the titanium white. Mix the titanium. I mix the titanium white and the blue color. Looking good. Then the blue also. Looking good.
You know guys, we're done with this painting 32, my fall painting tutorial. I hope this demonstration guys is helpful for you. And guys, don't forget to subscribe my channel for more free painting tutorial in the near future and also updates on my channel. You can also leave comments and hit like button below this video. And guys, thanks for watching. See you for my next painting demonstration. Peace.